Gennady Golovkin may be put on the back burner as Canelo says he wants to unify the middleweight division. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, before I get started, link in the description if you want to purchase BoxFan Expo tickets from me. Is running in conjunction with the date of Canelo versus Jacobs in Las Vegas. It should be a great time, and you get to see some of your favorite boxers of the past, present, and some of the future stars. Link in the description. I am an affiliate. It helps the channel. Now, they are concluding the press tour for Canelo Jacobs, an awesome middleweight fight, unification. And Canelo says something interesting. He's doing like the promotional duties before he really gets in camp. Canelo says, and I quote, "There is still much more to complete. You set new goals, and my main goal is to keep writing history and making history fight after fight. My goal this year," keyword operative phrase being this year, "my goal this year is to sweep the middleweight division and win all the belts." That's what Canelo says directly. Now, I was thinking about that. Like, who else has a belt in the division? Demetrius, Boo Andrade, right? That would be a great fight if he gets past Jacobs and were to fight a guy like Andrade. I mean, that's sensational. Canelo is really etching out his legacy and history if he does something like that. Me personally, like, I was thinking about it, and that would push the Golovkin fight back, and Golovkin doesn't have a belt. Me personally, I'm not even too big on the Canelo Triple G3 fight, because at this point I feel like I've seen what I needed to see. Canelo is the better, more skilled fighter. He has youth on his side. He can grow, he can adapt, he can adjust. Golovkin, if they didn't give him the first fight, which I thought he won, the second fight I thought Canelo won, but it was close. The first fight was close. I never rated. First of all, Adelaide Bird's scorecard was horrible. We all know that. Neither fighter, Golovkin or Canelo, deserved 10 rounds in that first fight. I was there in the building live, right? So that's for starters. It wasn't a 10-2 type of fight for either guy. So we know that scorecard was horrible, and it wasn't as far for Golovkin as some people made it seem to be. I gave a slight edge to Golovkin, because of the way Canelo fought. But you could make a case for like a draw or whatever. But bottom line is this. Canelo shows separation in the second fight. What is Golovkin going to do differently in the third fight? I can even see Golovkin getting put down or stopped, to be honest. I'm not saying that's absolutely what will happen, but I don't really feel like he goes up from here, or at least in this match with Canelo. I think Canelo pretty well has his number. What is Golovkin going to do differently? You've seen it. When Canelo was on the ropes in the first fight, Golovkin was hesitant, didn't want to throw. That's not his bread and butter. So obviously something Canelo's doing in there has you shook and has you, hesitant to get off, because you didn't show the same respect for Marco Antonio Rubio, Matthew Macklin, stuff like that. Canelo is just elite. And he's getting better and he's getting stronger. His confidence is gaining. He just went to 168 and beat Rocky Fielding. Yes, I know it's only Rocky Fielding, but at the same time, guess what? It was a guy who's 6'3" at 168, and now he's going back to 160, and he already beat you. He has the belt, and if he beats Jacobs, all that stuff is just going to help the young Canelo grow confidence more and more and more. So I see the Golovkin fight being worse and worse. Now, if Canelo does decide to unify and it gets pushed back to a later date, like a Canelo Golovkin, that becomes worse for him. Golovkin is not the style of fight or the skill set of fighter where he can sit on the shelf. And Golovkin kind of messed it up for himself. He could have been undisputed by now, and him and his team chased Canelo. And now they're in Canelo's web. You know, Canelo's like the Black Widow or something, and he's in Canelo's web. And now his moves seem to be predicated based on what Canelo does. And for a guy who's getting older, who, you know, they say you can't teach a dog new tricks, and I believe that's true in boxing. You can learn little things here and there. Like later in his career, Maidana improved his stamina and his jab with Robert Garcia, but he still fought how he always fought through his career: awkward, chopping punches, showed heart. He always had power in his career, you know, even in the amateurs. So it was really the same Maidana, he just made subtle tweaks. So I really don't feel like, what is Golovkin gonna do? He's gonna be 37 this year, something like that, right? What is he gonna do to improve past Canelo, you know? And he's been in wars and he's just sitting on the shelf. So the longer it gets waited out for Golovkin, I know he's probably going to DAZN, check those videos, but I just see it being worse and worse for Golovkin anyway. So, you know, this might be by design, but I personally like the idea of Canelo facing the people who are closer to age in him, you know, that we haven't seen him fight twice, like the Demetrius, Andrades, and, you know, he's fighting Jacobs. I'm with that. You know, I would love to see Charlo versus Canelo. I think at this point, those are almost bigger fights if you think about it, just because you can make Canelo Charlo in Texas. You could put Andrade on the East Coast. He's from the East Coast. You know, he's from Providence, Rhode Island or whatnot, right? Put the fight in New York. So some of his people can come, Canelo's crowd, and, you know, the Canelo fans can come. I think that would be a good look. But for me, I just think it's only going to get worse for Golovkin, because there was a lot of vulnerability that Canelo showed in Golovkin in that second fight. To me, I don't care. You guys can tell me a bunch of, oh, press row had Golovkin winning. That's fine. We'll see in Golovkin's next fight if people feel that he's invincible, or we'll see if they do a Canelo trilogy. We'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or see if I'm wrong. But I like Canelo, at least what he's telling. I can't, you know, until I see it. I can't, you know, I'm just going to sit back and watch what Canelo does next. First, he has to get past Jacobs, which is no easy task. So I'm not going to look too much past that. But I like what he's saying. We got to see it, though. You know, first we got to see you get past Jacobs, and we got to see you and your team. He's talking about fighting 3 times this year, and he wants to unify and sweep the division. I like the talk. I like the conversation. But first order of business is you got to get past the Jacobs fight. And to me, I prefer these unifications, again, with guys that are closer to Canelo's age than the third Golovkin fight, you know, because I think I've seen what I needed to in 24 rounds. So let me know what you guys think. If Canelo were to unify, if he beats Jacobs, then he'll get the IBF title. Then he has to go after Demetrius Andrade with the WBO title. Who else has it? I'm trying to think of the other title holder in the division. Yeah, so I don't know. I like the idea. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.